Good day and welcome. In this video, we will be talking about the notes on Philippine local history. But before we go on to our discussion, allow me first to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Romney Esakuya from BEd 1B. So, when we say notes in Philippine local history, are detailed information and stories about the history of specific places in the Philippines. These notes include events, important people, and traditions unique to each local area, helping people understand and appreciate their local heritage. In addition to that, in this video or topic, it doesn't only focuses about the local history information, but it also includes here the information from the different countries as well, since some informations here that we will be talking later on is also connected with to the other nations as well. Dr. Marcelino A. Foronda was a vague advocate of local history writing. He started his local history journey with his researches on Ilocos history in Vigan in 1942. He started his local history project in 1972, and so far, his local history collection is considered as the most comprehensive in the Philippines. Dr. Leslie Bauzon, former president of the Philippine National History Society, referred to him as the Philippines' apostle of local history and oral history. His work, titled Kasaysayan Studies on Oral and Local History. He believed understanding local history is essential to truly appreciate the nation's history. He argued that one's love for their local region enhances their understanding and appreciation of the entire country, which means that he believed that to fully appreciate a country's history, you need to first understand the history of your own local area. Knowing the history of your own area is important to really understand and value the history of the whole country where you are living. He felt that loving and knowing about where you come from can deepen your appreciation and understanding of the entire nation. It helps you care about and understand the entire country more better. Additionally, local history helps fill gaps left by broader historical accounts and should be embraced by historians for a more comprehensive view of the Philippines' past. In other words, studying local history is important because it covers the details that general history might miss. This approach gives historians a fuller and clearer picture of the Philippine history. Moving on, we have museums. I bet all of you have already an idea of what is museums, but still we will be elaborating it. We'll be explaining the definition and historical development of museums. Museums are non-profit institutions that serve society by collecting, preserving, researching, and displaying items for education and enjoyment. Originally derived from Greek word museon, meaning a place for study. Museums have evolved from philosophical discussion spaces to institutions that showcase cultural, historical, and scientific artifacts. So basically, museums are the places that collect and take care of things like art, historical items, or scientific objects. They share these items with the public to help people learn and have fun. The word museum comes from a Greek word that means a place to study. Over time, museums have changed from just being places to talk about philosophy to places where you can see and learn about different aspects of culture, history, and science. Museums are important for children because they help them learn about history not just by reading, but by experiencing it through all their senses. This helps them really understand and feel connected to the past. Therefore, it's important for students to visit museums. In other words, museums are great for kids because they let them learn about history in a hands-on way. Instead of just reading about the past, kids can see, touch, and sometimes even hear historical things. This makes it easier for them to understand and feel a connection to history, which is why it's good for students to visit museums. So I have here an example of one of the famous museums. namely the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford, which established in 1683 and was the first university art museum initially created to display Elias Ashmole's donated curiosities, which means that the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford, which opened in 1683, was the first museum connected to a university. It was significant because it set the idea of museums as places where educational institutions could display collections for study and public viewing. This helped shape how we think of museums today as important centers for learning and preserving history. So another example, we also have the Louvre Museum in Paris, which opened in 1793, and it is the largest art museum globally and was originally a royal palace. So, the Louvre Museum in Paris, which opened in 1793 again, is the biggest art museum in the world. It used to be a royal palace. This shows how buildings with one purpose, like a royal home, can transform into places that share art and history with everyone, shaping the modern idea of what a museum can be. So, that would be all about in this video, and I hope you learned something about our topic, which is the notes on Philippine local history. Thank you for watching.